comic gurus? At your boy Razor Comics. This is late night after hours. It's Friday night, 8 p.m., and we are live. Thank you for stopping by. Apologize for the lateness, but we were having a good time catching up backstage and, just kind of talking, shooting the breeze with one of the legends, one of the indie renegades in the game who we have here tonight. Lined up tonight, we have Nyobi Comics. Larry from Nyobi Comics, ladies and gentlemen, is in the building backstage right now as we speak. And we get a round of applause for Larry backstage. Yeah, we know where we're at. We know it's Friday night. We know who's out there doing what they're doing, but we are here doing the late night after hours. Razor is going to bring it to you live. We're going to have the top 10 lined up, a funny top 10 lined up. You're going to laugh. You're going to have a good time. I got some sick covers, bro. Of course, we're going to start the show with some laughs. We'll get underway. If you're here in the chat, thank you. All are welcome. All are welcome.
All are welcome. All are welcome.
It is Friday night, so we're having a good time. We're going to get the show underway because we have a lot to get to. And I just want to make one thing perfectly clear. When it comes to me and Nyobi and this comic book content game, guys, there's one thing that's perfectly clear, and everybody knows it.
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving.
I'm not fucking leaving.
We're not leaving, and we're not going anywhere. But hold on. And breaking news coming in right now for the Razor Comics front desk. Ladies and gentlemen, big news this week. Leonard Trump's documentary reportedly costing up to $75 million. Completely bombed at the box office, pulling in just $5 million. Some theaters are reporting single-digit ticket sales. Early screenings had people literally walking out halfway through, which would be fine, except in some cases, this was an in-flight movie. Folks weren't leaving the theater, ladies and gentlemen. They were trying to find the emergency exit. Yeah, thank you for stopping by. It is late night after hours. I'm your host, Razor Comics. Guys, what are we waiting for? We got one of the legends of this comic book community waiting backstage for me while I sit here and bullshit with funny-ass jokes. Are they really funny? No, really? Okay. Bring them to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Larry from Nyobi Comics. Let's get this off here, and let's bring this gentleman on here somehow. We'll get it done. Hey, welcome to the stage, Nyobi Comics. Thank you for stopping by, Larry. Larry, appreciate it.
I'm here.
He's here.
Look, I thought it was funny. I didn't expect that, part, I didn't know what you were going to say about this Melania Trump movie. So I thought it was good. I would jump out of the plane too. So, you know what I mean?
75 million, 5 million. They said some theaters, there was a couple of people that were there. There's not a whole lot going on. A bomb, a flop.
Yeah.
But I don't know what they expected.
Well, I don't even know why there's a fucking movie, but whatever,
I heard that it was a blind bag that they were selling with it. There was, chances of pulling a foil, but still.
But chances are they're all damaged, right?
Exactly.
Oh, bump, bump.
Couldn't sell enough tickets.
Right.
But they raised enough funds. One man that knows about what it takes to raise some funds for comic books is this guy right here, Nyobi Comics. Larry,
yeah.
Money, man.
Well, I mean, a little bit, right?
Yeah. A little bit.
There's hits and misses, and every crowdfunding endeavor is a gamble. But we'll get into that when the time is right.
When the time is right. I appreciate that. And the time is not right just quite yet. We'll get to that here in a moment. Before do that, ladies and gentlemen, we like to do something around here, these parts that we call housekeeping. Housekeeping. Where's the goddamn play the clip? Nope.
There's a clip?
Oh yeah, there's a housekeeping clip. Hang on. We got housekeeping to do. I ain't leaving. Welcome. Oh, here it is.
Housekeeping?
Don't think you're sleeping.
Housekeeping? You want me to jerk you off?
What?
Housekeeping tonight after the show, if you will, YouTube live. What is it? It's YouTube. Hang on, I'll get this right. Live from YouTube. It's Friday night.
Yeah.
And that is what's going on at Crazy Hungarians, live from YouTube, Friday night comic.
Crazy Hungarians?
Crazy Hungarians, comic and collectible, 10 p.m. Eastern, guys. So you can find me at that show after this, showing off my haul of sick covers, bro, with the Crazy Hungarians.
I got to ask, who are the Crazy Hungarians?
Well, it's one Crazy Hungarian. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
And he's back. He's been off on hiatus for a couple of weeks, but he is back, guys. And he's going to be with the normal crew of suspects, Rob, Cheap Comic Collector, Swagda, Easy, and the gang. I'll be joining on there as well, showing off my haul, because that's what us nerds do on Friday night, is we just, hang out, Larry, and just show off our hauls.
Well, we're going to look at some sick covers, bro.
But that's what we're doing after this show. You'll catch me there. And check out Crazy Hungarians, guys. He is 10 p.m. Eastern, Chamber of Chills. Look for that little logo there, bottom left. That's his channel. Sub him up. We support those that support here at Razor Comics. So, thank you for stopping by tonight. We have a lot going on. If you're in the chat, it's all good, guys. All are welcome here. This is a friendly environment. For now.
Welcome to the show, people. Welcome to the show.
All jokes aside, it is a community hangout where we hang out in this little corner of the community and we have a good time. And this is one of the friends that I found in this corner of the comic book community is Nyobi, Larry from the Nyobi Comics. I kind of gravitated to him. I found that me and him were kind of similar in the way how we just piss people off in the comic community, and I love that about him. If you listen to the guy, it's kind of like listening to the radio. He has a great voice for what he does, not a good face for what he does. That's why, of course, he has the camera not.
Oh, you're gonna see my face tonight.
I'm like this.
That's why you don't see the 2D avatar, and it's just like the still picture, because on the other side of this is the camera.
Right. Okay. Got it. Yeah. No worries. But that's a great voice, like they say, for radio, and that's why I like listening to the guy. He makes a lot of valid points in the comic community. He has also made some controversy in the comic community. We're going to talk about it maybe at some point, but I have some questions lined up for my guy that I want to get to here. Started off. I want to thank everybody stopping by tonight. If you're here, shout us out in the chat. Give us a like, will you? Subscribe to the channel because it really helps your boy out. And thank you for stopping by. Nyobi, tell us a little bit about Nyobi Comics, man. What is Nyobi Comics in the first place?
You mean the comic book or the brand?
Comic book. If it's your first time to listening to the show, watching the show, tell us about Nyobi Comics. Is she a butt whipping, a karate expert, or what exactly is she?
So it's it goes back to 1990, Razor. I mean, it's that old, right? She was just a character I would draw and use in superhero role-playing games that were like Dungeons and Dragons, but for superheroes. You know what I mean? And fast forward, say 2011, I would start to go to comic book conventions because I was getting back into the comic book hobby, right? And I would peruse Artist Alley. And there were all kinds of people from newbies to veterans who would draw your character for money. I'm like, this is fucking epic. And so I would have them, I would show them my poorly drawn Nyobi pictures because I used to try and draw her, and then get professionals to draw her. And when I saw the results, I'm like, you know what? There's something here, and maybe I can make a comic. I mean, I won't be able to draw it, but I can certainly write it. And, just seeing the art of what she looked like through the eyes of pros really made me decide to make a comic. And in 2014, I got together with two other local people. One drew it, one sort of did all the gray tones in the cover and things like that. And I wrote it, and we put out the very first black and white Nyobi #1.
Nice. Now,
it's been ever since.
That's a great origin story. Now, if you are looking to find the origin story, here's what you can find it at, guys. This is Nyobi Comics origin.
Well, that's not it, though.
This is a cover A by this is not the origin story. This is just an origin cover.
Well, no, this isn't Nyobi number. Okay, well, let me walk you through it there. Yes, this is the origin story, but this isn't the first issue.
Right. Okay. But we get to know who Nyobi is in this comic book here. Her
right.
Backstory.
So a lot of people do get this confused, which is why I'm kind of glad we walked down in this hole for a second. Is Perfect. People do think this is the first one, and rightfully so. It says Nyobi Origins and has a #1, right? What they don't know is like that preceded this back in 2014. Niobe was a black and white comic that wasn't circulated, wasn't published, and wasn't known to anyone. And we had rebooted the whole series after the first 5 issues of that.
Okay. And this, but if you pick this up,
Mhm.
can you find out who she is, how she became Niobe, all that good shit?
100%.
Okay, that's what I'm looking for. To find if I want to go to your store and find out who Niobe is.
Oh, I was confused because we
comic
were
book.
talking about the original Niobe first, and then we immediately jumped to this one.
Okay, yeah, no, that if anybody just like myself who doesn't know the background of Niobe, if she, you know how she teleports or whatever the fuck, you know, her powers.
That's what she does. She she teleports.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I want to go somewhere and find out.
Mhm.
You know what? I don't know her. You know, what I mean, I don't want to just jump in, and I want to figure out and find out all about her, know her background, how she became, what's her, her spider bite or whatever. And this is a comic book that I can pick up, Origins #1, and that will tell me about her.
100%. Yeah, it's a 36-page one shot that you know, goes over from her time as a teenager when she first erupted into a genome, which is my world's mutants, and it goes from there. You know. Now I put a link in your chat, by the way, and this link will give everyone a chance to check out Niobe for free. All right.
Say
So
what
you
now?
go to this, you go to niobecomics.gumroad.com. It's a site to sell digital comics. Okay.
Got it.
And if you go to Birthright #1, you can get that one for free and just read it. And then if you like it, then you can come back for more.
Nice. That's amazing. Giving out free comic books, or at least access to a free comic book. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty big.
Well, you know, and I know this was going to be a conversation for later. You talked about, or you mentioned digital comics and piracy and this sort of stuff, right? Back in the, you know, previous videos, you know, here's sites where you can read all these comics for free. That's piracy. You know what I mean? You know, I allow my book to be pirated, by the way. It's up on all these sites and I don't bother to take it down. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because I pirated stuff and that's my way of giving back. You know,
That's awesome, bro. Okay, well then that's my excuse as well. That's my way of giving back to the comic book community.
you know, I mean, I've taken things for free so people can take from me for free, I guess. You know what I mean?
Well, here's how I look at it too, though. It allows me to. I like stick covers, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I also like to read my comic books while I'm collecting my stick covers. So the online website that I was using to read for free allows me to read at least the new comic book stuff that comes out.
Yeah.
And not invest into it right away. And if I like the story, then now I can go pick up a cover, a stick cover,
Yeah.
And not have to worry about the hype or the FOMO. I can just literally read what's coming out and then take my time and choose what I want to collect and purchase. You know, that's how I look at it. So
Well,
I'm not.
it's
taken
got a
away.
lot of validity to it because
Yeah.
people will find things in that manner, right? Like Global Comics would be a perfect example of this because on Global Comics, you can read a lot of books there for free. Some of them you have to have a subscription for, but the majority of stuff on Global Comics, you can just read. And it's, you know, and it's not piracy because the companies like DC and Image and Antarctic Press and others are with them purposely for this reason, right? Come see what we got, sample our stuff, subscribe to this service, or hey, if you really like it, maybe you'll go to the comic book shop and buy one, you know?
Yeah. It is amazing to me how many of the websites are out there, though. That wasn't the only one. Like once I did the kind of talked about it on the last live.
Oh, there's tons of them.
Cave. There's a ton of them.
Yeah.
It was like, well, you can also go to this website where it's not just a scan. It, you know, it reads as a panel.
There are people that upload torrents every week with the entire week's worth of comics that you can just download.
Man, I got me all caught up with Absolute Batman. That's for sure.
Right?
I was there literally for 2 days just reading Absolute Batman and Transformer.
Yeah.
And Transformer started off good. Then there was a little bit of law. And then it started picking up towards the end. I'm in issue 25, 28 now, where they brought back the guy from Mask, bro. Venom is back.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. They're bringing Maxwell. I think Maxwell.
We were
Miles,
talking
Miles
about that at the shop the other day, how they've introduced Mask into the Energon universe there. Yeah.
Bro, he fucking took off in the helicopter and it transformed and shit. He dipped out. Like, oh, fucking Miles Mayhem is back, bro. Fucking
Well, that's
spraying
what
venom on
happens when you
everybody.
got access to Hasbro, because you're not just limited to G.I. Joe here. You know what I mean?
Right. And nobody made a big deal out of it. I think I only saw one cover of them. I was like, man, they should have fucking put him on the cover, on the foil, and, you know, the whole.
Yeah, but if they actually, because they didn't overdo it, that's a cover worth getting because he doesn't appear all that much, right?
Yeah, it's just like a black and white, one of those.
For Mask fans, they're gonna scoop that up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now I'm looking for it now because once
And I know there's Mask fans out there because when I was in the shop the other day, this whole conversation started because there was like these new Mask toys they had on the boxes for display. They were taking pictures of them to put on their social media. And so the whole topic of Mask came up, like,
bro, did you watch Mask as a kid?
Of course. Yeah. As a kid. Yeah.
Not a lot of people watch Mask. Like I was one of the only, even as a kid, like there was even a small niche of kids that only watch Mask, right? Like there wasn't everybody that watched Mask.
Well, for me, I was lucky. It happened to come on right after school, about 5:00 at night, right before supper. I can count Mask being on ASN channel 13 on 5:00.
It's amazing. The helmets come down.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
you're connected with the suit and then all the fucking cool vehicles.
I had some of the toys when I was a kid. I had the red car and I had the bike.
Now, what got you into comics in the first place?
Spider-Man.
Really, the movie or?
No. I'm 51 years old, so we're gonna date back a little bit to like the 80s. And in the 80s, they would run in syndication reruns of the old 1960s Spider-Man cartoon.
Okay.
And I love Spider-Man. And then on NBC, shortly after, they did new Spider-Man cartoons, which was essentially Spider-Man and his amazing friends.
Oh, yeah. That's with Iceman and
Firestar.
Firestar, yeah.
Right? And that had me hooked. And so just as a kid, you're walking around the 7-Eleven or wherever you happen to be, because at that time, comic book shops weren't even really a thing in my neck of the woods. You were buying comics at corner stores and just like, off the spinner rack. And I would see Spider-Man and okay, I got to have that because, I'm watching the cartoon, right? That's what really got me into comics. And it wasn't long after that, that Marvel bug sort of hit. And I was more into Marvel than DC, but, still like some DC. But the X-Men were sort of like came right after Spider-Man,
90s, yeah.
Oh, 80s.
Oh, right, yeah. 80s were.
No, I was collecting before the whole 90s boom, so I watched that unfold in real time. You know what I mean?
Really? So you're already a hardcore collector by that time.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Well, I wasn't hardcore, but I mean, like we're talking like in 1988, I was 14, and I was buying X-Men books and putting them in bags and boards. I probably had a long box or two. You know what I mean? At that time.
To me, that's a hardcore collector at that point, especially at 14 years old during that time.
Yeah.
We're around the same age, so I was a little bit younger. But around that period, that would be considered hardcore collecting because not everybody's doing that. That's just nerd type shit.
Sure.
You hit 14 in the 80s and 90s around that time period, and there's a lot of.
So when 92 came around, I was already 18 years old. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And 92 was really that big whole image boom. The beginning and the end of comic book speculation for that time period.
Huge. Todd McFarlane. Now we got Mark Spears.
Bud, how you doing, bud?
And now we got Mark Spears, which is our new Todd McFarlane.
He's climbing the ranks. I was in my comic book shop last year and I brought up the name Mark Spears and they all looked at me and said, who? I went in there the other day. I brought up Mark Spears and they all knew exactly who I was talking about. And I brought up the fact, I said, well, last year you guys had no fucking clue who I meant. So that just proves how fast he's sort of blown up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Quickly, man. That's how this comic book game is. It just takes that for it to hit. And then once you hit, you got to ride that wave. You see it with Peach Momoko, Scotty Young. They've rode that
Scotty Young, though, he didn't arrive on the scene last year. That's a difference, right?
No, but their artwork is differently unique where that you can tell
100%
that's a Scotty Young, that's a Peach, that's a
there's no mistake in it. 100%.
Right. That separates them, and that's why people are kind of drawn to it, and that's kind of makes it that flavor, right?
Yeah, Scotty Young. I've been collecting his covers since I really got back into comics. Like in 2008, I got back in, but it was probably around 11, 12, maybe 13, somewhere around that time period where I really noticed Scotty Young hitting the scene. I started buying a lot of the covers, especially like in regards to X-Men and Spider-Man and stuff like that. So I have a shit ton of Scotty Young covers.
I have a love-hate relationship with Scotty Young. I first started collecting comic books a couple years ago, right? And right when he was hot. And when I started collecting Scotty Young, I was like, oh man, he's hot. kind of more he was just popular. So that's why I kind of, oh, well, I got to like him because he's popular.
Yeah, he's been
right?
popular for a decade straight, though. That's been a long-standing popularity.
Well, here's the thing. I started not liking him because I noticed that his artwork was just small, cute cartoon characters. It wasn't the whole canvas of the cover. It looked like it was just taking bits and pieces of a larger canvas and just putting them on covers, and it didn't look right to me.
He actually
So
has a broad art range. Those cute sort of characters that he does, that's just part of what he's actually able to do. But I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
well, since then, even the cute art little characters have the covers have fully developed where you even see them even kind of larger now, and it's a
Mhm.
more I don't want to say
They take up more space.
they take up more space right on the cover, so it looks better. It just to the eye, it just pleasantly looks better. Thank you, PTT Kyle, for stopping by in the building, man. Welcome
Hello,
to the
Kyle. What's
show.
up?
Appreciate you stopping by. Thank you. This is Kyle, promiscuous time traveler. Say
Mark
that 3
Spears
times
is not
fast.
comparable to Todd. I mean, many are going to feel that way. I mean, for me, Todd McFarlane's always going to be one of the goats of all time, So I
And
kind of
thank you for
feel you.
stopping
Yeah.
by. Yeah. We
And this is
appreciate
not to just, to put down Mark at all. I happen to like Mark. I've taught Mark a couple of times here and there, but Todd McFarlane is he's going to be on the Mount Rushmore of comics. You know what I mean?
Todd McFarlane is on the Rushmore of comics, right? I mean, we can pretty much say that right now at this point,
I
right?
mean, I would put him up in there. I mean,
After 30, what, 30
and I'm
some
talking
years, 40 years?
strictly artist wise, right? I mean, Jack Kirby would obviously be fucking number one, but who do you put after that would be pretty subjective,
Oh yeah, that's fun, right? That's you make your own kind of list. Thank you for stopping by. Welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party, pal.
It's late night after hours, Razor Comics. I'm here with Larry from Nyobi Comics. We're going to be hanging out tonight. Guys, if you stick by tonight, I have a clip I'm going to play for a Razor rant that's for members only right now. We'll release it at some point, but if you do join the members, you get to see the rant, and I would definitely take a look at it because it's hilarious. It's one of my funniest rants I put together. If I'm going to rate myself and grade myself on rants, I would give myself a B+ on this one. It's hilarious. I missed a couple punchlines. There's a comment a joke that I glaringly missed when I was covering this rant. So I would look forward to this rant. And at the end of the show, we're going to preview a little bit of it. So stick around tonight. Towards the end of the show, I'll drop a little preview of that rant. And if you become a member, you can watch that later on tonight when you're chilling. Let's laugh at some Razor, man. Let's see who he's talking shit about tonight. And I promise you, I will not let you down. You'll enjoy it. You'll have a good time. So stick around tonight. Kyle dropping some knowledge, hanging out in the chat. I appreciate you, PTT. And yeah, I mean, and that all Todd is a marketing master. I mean, McFarlane pretty much takes credit for everything, man. That whole spot and the world comic book in general.
Well, look, McFarlane built a toy empire on top of what he's done in comics, right?
How can I forget? Exactly. If he was here, he would have reminded me. Yeah. How can I forget?
Hey, bud, I make toys, bud.
Exactly, bro. Speaking of, Todd McFarlane's been in this game, for 30, 40 years? Something like that?
Oh, yeah.
How long have you been in this indie game, bro? Since 90?
You mean collecting or making comics?
Just making comics.
Oh, 2013.
2013. So 2013 is when you
Like
started.
2013 would be the day I first started writing the first ever Nyobi script, sort of.
Man, has it changed, huh? Since 2013? Or has it stayed the same?
Politically, socially, things have changed. Culturally, things have shifted. But business-wise, it's the same,
Really?
Yeah. I mean, not, like same as how I operate. Yeah.
Again, Larry, I and myself, I'm ignorant to this. So when did Kickstarter come around? When was Kickstarter?
I noticed it, and it's probably been around longer than when I first noticed. I can't give you an exact date of when it appeared, but I started noticing it around 2013, 14. And how I noticed it was because I was a Lady Death fan, and Brian Polito, I followed on Facebook, was posting links to what he called Kickstarter, and this is where you can get the new Lady Death now. Oh, that's interesting. And I would go click the link and look at all the fucking sick covers, bro, right? And find something I like and back a project. And then that got me thinking, I could do my comic this way. This is how we can pay for a comic.
Right. when you started that process back
Mhm.
in that time,
Yeah,
2013, whenever this was, Kickstarter.
sure.
And I'm old man, so I'm like, when did Kickstarter start? Like, I don't, I have no idea.
I don't know.
Was it easy to do? Was it something like all you do is just pretty much, click here, upload this, and then your comic book is now out for how was that process? Was it something that everybody can do and a very simple, or was it something that was kind of not smooth at first?
It's actually a little bit more complicated now because they keep fucking changing things on me.
Mhm.
It's relatively easy if you're at all computer savvy at all. You'll figure it out. If you know how to upload photos and write some text and arrange things and price things, going into Kickstarter is more than just making the page. You in the back end, you got to write descriptions for all your products. You got to price your products. You got to pick which countries you're shipping to, how much it costs to ship to those countries. You got to figure out, what you're doing, how you're distributing your digital goods. Is everyone getting an email, or did they get a link and download it somewhere? Stuff like that. You're inputting into the back end of this Kickstarter. On top of that, you also got to promote it. You know what I mean, and talk about it and get it out there.
Well, that's the thing, bro. When I first started coming across Kickstarters, check out this Kickstarter and this person's Kickstarter, and I honestly thought this was just the way motherfuckers were just stealing people's money. I was like, this motherfucker is just who's gonna raise $25,000 for that shit right there? Like,
Well, you'd be surprised what people can raise money for.
Right. And then you see, you come back like 3 days later and like they've hit the goal. And I'm like, holy shit.
So the idea of Kickstarter, and the reason why you felt that way, is because a lot of people, maybe yourself included, maybe I got it wrong, but would look at Kickstarter as like a store where you go to order comic books. Okay. It's not. It's not what Kickstarter is at all. It's not a pre-order store. It's a fundraising platform, and there's a difference. The difference is that you're helping contribute to someone's dream of making a financial project that they can't make happen themselves happen. It's like GoFundMe, only you get something back in return. It may take a couple of months down the road for you to get it because they have to have the money to make the project, and it takes time to make the book. Can't make the book without the money. But once the book is made, then they honor the backers who helped out and made that dream come true and send out books.
Okay. So let's slow down here. Because again, I'm old, right?
Okay, so am I.
When I look at this, and it's real vague to me when I pull up Kickstarter. Like,
Okay.
to me, I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh man, this looks sketchy, bro. Like, you know what I mean? When do I get my comic book? If I give
Well, a
them money
good
now,
Kickstarter will tell you that, right?
some of them, I don't know. I've literally read one or two, and I was scared to look at the other ones because, like, this is a lot. Like, this is kind of overwhelmingly a lot. What's the percentage of these that actually fully get funded and you actually get your comic book? Do you know? Is it like pretty much 9
I
out
don't
of
have
10
an
piece?
exact number. I can give you a guesstimate.
Mhm. 9 out of
Having
10?
having backed a number of Kickstarters, and just how many did I get versus how many I didn't get, which is well over 100, right? So I would say out of the 120 some things I backed, I may have not have gotten 3 or 4 of them.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now, if a poor schmuck like me wants to give money to a creator like yourself,
Mhm.
maybe who's not a savvy vet like into the Kickstarter game, maybe you're a new creator, you're just
New
starting out.
creators have it the worst, but yeah, go on.
Okay, that's what, and they don't hit their goal. Now what? What happens to the money that I just gave this fucking
Nothing.
guy?
You're not charged.
So I get my money back?
Money was never taken from you.
Oh, that's right. They didn't take my money right away. They wait till it's fucking funded or whatever, right? And then
Well,
they-
not only that, they wait until the end of the funding period, right? So if it's a 30-day campaign and you back on day 8, you're not charged until day 30.
Gotcha.
So if they don't fund, no one's charged because there's nothing to charge. They're not getting any money. There's no sense in tapping your card. If it funds, then you're charged at the end of the funding period.
Perfect. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you for clarifying that for me because I was not
No,
sure.
hold on now. There's more.
Okay.
With that said, not every platform works that way.
Mhm.
If you back a comic on Indiegogo, it does charge you right away. Some people prefer that. And I'll tell you why. Some people want to know when the money's coming out as opposed to forgetting about it. And then 30 days later, their credit card gets hit for a comic book. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's because they forgot about it,
So is it just two separate platforms that just charge 2 different ways, basically?
Correct. Yeah.
Same shit. Just okay.
Yep.
Now, question: do we have that somebody here? Hey, AI.
Yeah. How's the baby?
There's the guy. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, the whole team, for stopping by tonight. All are welcome. Welcome to the show, my guy.
Welcome to the fucking show.
What do you mean, how's the baby? He has a baby?
It's an inside joke between me and him, but
Oh,
at
yeah.
one point he had this like avatar that looks like it was pregnant. I'm like, man, synthetic panel gonna pop that baby anytime now. You know what I mean?
Synthetic Pedals AI, are you still making videos? I'm sorry if I disrespected you, bro, because I don't watch YouTube as much anymore, man. Are you still putting content out? If you are, please follow this man, this lady, this person, individual. I don't know, whoever this person is.
Wink, wink.
I didn't do that. I didn't just wink. You guys are just listening. No one's really watching.
Yeah. So in regards to Kickstarter, and you talking about like, are they going to rip me off and this and that, and when do I get my book? It's all different, right?
Right.
When I do a Kickstarter, personally, we'll have what's called an estimate shipping date, and that will be prevalent and clear on every tier that you see. So, for instance, if I run my Kickstarter this February, which I plan to do, I have an estimate shipping date of August. That's when you're going to get the book, because we still have to draw it, we still have to color it, we still have to print it, and we have to mail it, right? Chances are we'll have it out by June, but I say August just in case there's a hiccup somewhere. That way people know before they back, okay, August, cool. You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
The problem comes into play when people are late, because that will happen. They say August, and then next thing you know, 5 months have gone by and you still don't have a book. You know what I mean?
Why is that?
That's what pisses people off. That's what makes crowdfunding look bad.
Are they dragging their heels or feet, or is it just
variety of reasons, right? It could be they're in the hospital. It could be they overspent the money. It could be they're just fucking scamming people, it just could be someone that just doesn't know how to manage their shit properly, or a big one is overestimating shipping, right? Or underestimating shipping. So they'll put really low shipping costs, and then when they come to ship the books, it's a lot more expensive than they thought. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So it comes down to a lot of inexperience, for a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. And why exactly are people funding Kickstarters in the first place? Is it because they enjoy the rich storytelling of a new content creator, or are they looking to flip, hopefully, like a Mark Spears? Is that
I mean, it's a mixed bag of all that, right?
Okay.
So I mean, there's all kinds of customers and consumers. There's just like there's all kinds. Let's put in the terms of comics. There's all kinds of comic book collectors, and everyone has a different way and a different reason for collecting. Some people don't care about grade; they just want to read the book. Some people are, hardcore CGC, comic collectors. Some people, go after key issues and key issues only. Some people maybe just like a certain character, Batman, and that's all they fucking buy, right?
Right.
Kickstarter's no different. People will come and back. Hey, maybe they saw a Nyobi show and they like the way I operate and they just want to support me. Maybe, I have an artist on a cover that they like and they follow, and they want that book because they know it's going to be rare, right? Because we don't do big print runs. You know what I mean? We only print to what we need to order and a few extras for conventions, right? So if I happen to have Jamie Tyndall on a book, Jamie Tyndall fans are going to come in and buy that book, especially because they know that, there's probably going to be 300 copies or less of that rare Jamie Tyndall cover, and I want that.
Nice. Yeah.
Number 3 is people may just see the character Naomi and think she looks interesting enough that they want to take a chance and buy into it. You know what I mean? Number 4 is some people just like collecting indie books. You know what I mean? Kickstarter has its own built-in audience, like Whatnot does. You code the Kickstarter, they'll look for comic books that look interesting that you'd never seen before.
Yeah, no, I think it makes sense that people are funding them for a variety of reasons. But I think that one of the main reasons that people do fund these Kickstarters is if I have to choose one, I think you kind of nailed it on the head. I think a lot of these artists that don't work, that do work on some of the labels like Marvel and DC, happen to pick up work from people like yourself, right? Because they're not fully employed. I mean, they are, but they have to make some money on the side, right? They have to still pay the bills by other means, and by other means, they draw for other creators and indie covers like yourself. And I think I like Locke Wynn as one of my favorite artists, right? And I want to pick up some of his artwork from his cards to the covers that he does for you, then I'm going to support that because I want that cover, right? Locke is now an artist that I want to follow. I want to pick up that sick cover that he's working on Nyobi. I think that's one reason. If I had to choose one, a lot of people are kind of following, but I know that there's a following just for the creators themselves, that they actually like you put out these stories that they're attracted to and they latch on and they're looking forward to, okay, what's the next one? And with the what I've noticed with Kickstarters is that unlike your local comic book shop where your next month now you have the new issue, this issue for number 4 or 5 might not come out for a couple months, if at all.
Sometimes it's a year apart, dude.
That long.
That long, because you're not, again, going to a store where you're going to get a monthly comic book. You're funding a dream. That's how it has to be looked at, right? That this isn't going to be an ongoing monthly thing. If it was, there would be no need to kickstart it because those creators would already have the money to make the book to put it out in a monthly fashion, right?
But you happen to be in comic book stores through a publisher. Am I not? Am I wrong on that?
Yes, but those books that we're publishing are 2 years old.
Got it. Thank you for clarifying that. So even though I can find a book of yours, a comic book on my local comic book shelf, that's not the most recent one. That's going to be from a previous Kickstarter campaign.
They're reprints of Kickstarters that we've done.
Really? That's interesting. Okay. Is that a different ball game altogether where they reach out to you like, hey, now we want new covers, same story, but new covers? Is that how that works?
We've done that. Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I did not know that.
They're the same comic. It's just, we do them on Kickstarter first. Once they're made and ready, Antarctic goes, okay, you have, full and complete books. Now we can take those and publish them. But even then, they get put into a queue that may take 4 or 5 months before they even see the shelf. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. That makes sense. That's awesome. That's exciting, man. Congratulations, bro.
So that's why, though, our next Kickstarter has to fund so we can make the final issue so we can get it to Antarctic and get it out to the shops. That's why Kickstarter is important, Ray. That's what you're doing, is that you're helping that creator make that reality come true so he can get his book out in the shops.
Yes, please support Nyobi. Support those that support here at Razor Comics. He does do a great story. He does actually come up with the character. Now, let me ask you this, because again, I'm ignorant. I'm the old guy here, right? I don't know shit about comic books. Do you write the story?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Really? Get the fuck out of here.
Well, who else is going to write it?
Well, the reason why I asked that, and I'm not kissing your ass, like that's amazing, is because I've read some bad comic books, and dialogue is hard to do in comic books. The dialogue part, right? That is that tricky when you have something in your head, but you have to put it, because you yourself are quite, linguistically, you have the chops, as they say. So to put that on paper and to do dialogue for these characters, is that something that's like next, like, how do you even do that, man? How's that process even?
I don't know if I do it well or not. That's going to be to the opinion of other people. Okay. I can tell you my thought process on it. I read a lot of Chris Claremont X-Men, and that writing style influences me greatly, right? So when I write, I try to pretend I'm fucking Chris Claremont.
Awesome. I love to hear that, man. That's the inspo behind it. That's amazing.
Now, as far as, dialogue and stuff, I used to do a lot of theater in high school. I also did a lot of role playing, Dungeons and Dragons, where I'm like actively making funny voices and acting in character. And so some of this kind of just comes natural,
Okay.
And just on top of just reading a whole lot of comics and just seeing the flow of a comic book. You know what I mean?
That's amazing, bro. So I know every process is different. Is your process that you come up with a story, give it to the person who's doing the interior artwork, and then go to work, or do they hand you the interior artwork and then you make to the story to what they're giving you? How does that?
So the question you just asked is, what do you use, the Marvel style or full plot style?
Oh, I got to give you a round of applause for that, because that's big wig right there.
Well, there are two different ways that are.
Get down for us. Explain it, please.
So Marvel style is something that Stan Lee sort of developed. Okay. Where he gives a brief outline of a story. Jack Kirby or Steve Ditko or whatever would draw it, and then he would see all the panels and add in the dialogue later, make it up later, right?
Okay.
That's the Marvel style. Full plot style is like you are saying this page has 5 panels and detailing each panel out and writing the dialogue for each panel before the artist even sees it.
Got it.
Now I do full plot because I like control. I don't want the artist to just give a loose outline of a story and then the artist gives me something back that totally wasn't the vision I had in my head.
Got it. Got it. That's good stuff right
Marvel
there.
does that. That's how they work. That's how a lot of Marvel works.
But
That's why they call it the Marvel style.
Thank you for breaking that down. And PTT says dialogue is so tough for comics.
It is.
Bro,
Look,
tell me about it.
So, well, I'll tell you what the guy who wrote Game of Thrones said. You know,
Tell me.
he just says you treat it. He's like, how do you write women so well? Was the question that was asked him. Like, how do you write dialogue for your women so well? He says, I just write them like they're people.
Oh, okay, bro. Give us a little more, right? Fucking
No,
guy's
but
like,
what he means is that like if
smoking his joint,
there isn't no one certain way females act. They're just people like everyone else. All right.
You sound like he was stoned when he.
Yeah. I mean, I like to get
Sound like
stoned right now. I'd be
people,
fucking
man.
cool. 5-minute smoke break. I'd be down for that. But
Hey, I'm smoke away, man.
I gotta go outside and do that. Means I have to be AFK. So
Hey, PTT makes an excellent point. I'm going to counterpoint here on this.
Yeah.
Easy to fall into the over explaining. Yes, true. I rather over explaining. I don't mind so much the over explaining. Here's what I hate. Here's what's kind of irritating to me on the other side is comic books. Other than all right, to me, there's really no difference between a book like Mark Spears' Monsters and Titty Books. Because there's not a whole lot of to be honest with you, there's some titty books that are actually quite fucking funny and have some really good dialogue. Whereas I read some really bad books, and I'm not just shitting on Mark Spears, but I'll put up Mark Spears as the Monsters as an example. Great interior artwork, thematic artwork. The covers are sick, but the story's horrible. It's slow, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
I've never seen, so I'll.
It's not good. It's not good. Whereas that to me, it's bad. Where I'm done reading it. Where if there's a story where there's a lot of over explaining, at some point there's some breaks, there's some actions, I can deal with that. But I can't deal with shit that's just unbearable bad, unless there's some titties on the cover and or some Mark Spears sick artwork. You know what I mean? That's the sick covers. That's where that comes in, man. And if you can hide your faults as a writer with your sick covers, then
it can carry you a certain length, but at the end of the day, if people are actually cracking open and reading the books, that's when they're going to make their decision if they're going to stick with you or not.
Exactly right. I think it's more the storytelling that kind of brings in the new reader, as you will, as well. And I got a question.
We definitely have covers that are aimed for collectors, right? You know, Time Traveler there actually asked about the Jamie Tyndall cover. Yes, we actually do have one. We were very lucky to get it. I actually consider Jamie somewhat of a friend. When the whole tariff thing happened, he messaged me directly saying, hey, we might be able to, print your comic book if you're having problems, So I appreciate that about Jamie. And he said something about buying it from me directly. Yeah, you can just... I'll sell it to you directly. We can do a PayPal thing if you want. I mean, I do eBay because it's the easiest way. People are always like, do you have an online store? Where can I get your books? If I could just throw out the eBay link, it just makes my life easier. Like
eBay link is in the chat as well. I have my eBay link. I have the eBay link pinned on the top there that you can click on. It'll take you directly to the Nyobi Comics.
Well, what's great about that particular book is that I have a foil cover for it too. And there's even less of those. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'll show some books here in a second. Let me grab a couple things. I'll just turn on the camera and we'll shoot the shit while I show comics.
Righteous Thirst for Vengeance is a really good book for analyzing show don't tell method. Good recommend. Good shout out, man. Got to write that one down.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. You'll know the mark of a good artist if you can look at the book without any dialogue and know what's going on.
Hello, Kyle.
That's how you know what I mean. So like, let's say I show you an Nyobi book, but we didn't put in any dialogue at all. You're just looking at the art before the word bubbles. If you can flip through it and get the gist of what's going on, they did their job,
Did their job, unlike some others. Let me ask you this. Before we get off the subject too fast here. Advice for upcoming indie creators. Do you have any advice that you're an old school OG in this game, man?
Make sure you have the money.
Or
First, well, I mean, because you don't want to be. I've seen a lot of guys get into this game and not realize how expensive this was going to cost them to make a comic book. Right?
Mhm.
It's expensive. Bare minimum $6,000 for me to put together a Nyobi book. You know, that's
holy
art.
shit.
Yeah, that's art and a few covers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just to put it together and pay the team to make it. Let alone what it costs to print it and ship it out to everyone. That's why we have to do Kickstarters, because I can't afford that shit on my own. So if you're going to jump in this game, understand, you know, hopefully you got a job, hopefully you got some money put away, because your Kickstarter, even if you go that route, may not necessarily cover all your expenses that you're going to run into. So that's my advice, is make sure you're prepared financially.
There it is.
And then I can give you all the other generic. Do what you love. Don't fall for trends. Don't always hire the biggest name because they don't always bring the biggest results. You know, I can give you a whole slew of others, but
love it.
Ultimately, this is a business, and you're selling a product for money. You're making a product that costs money. So just make sure that you're not, taking out all your credit cards. You know what I mean? Zero. You know.
Let's do this. Let's run through some rapid fire. You mind if I do some rapid fire questions?
Yeah, you go ahead. You go ahead. Yeah.
You know, it's a party tonight, man. I like to party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I like to party.
All right, I love to party.
I like to party, so I like my Jesus to party.
Let's run through some rapid fire questions. It's late night after hours.
Late night.
This is Razor Comics. I'm here with Nyobi Comics. Larry hanging out, guys. Thank you for stopping by. There he is. There's the face. The La Voca. The face with the voice.
Kind of
He's
bad
hanging
hair
out.
day.
We're having a good time. We're going to run through some rapid fire questions, right? Here's going to go through some quick questions for Nyobi. Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, first question for Larry from Nyobi Comics is, what's the one thing destroying comic books? The one thing you got to choose. I know there's a lot. There's a whole different things going on with comic books right now, but if you got to choose just one, give me one thing destroying comic books.
Availability. If we, are going to rely on comic book shops to sell this product, that's going to be bad, because we need comic books back in corner stores. We need them back on bookshelves. We need them more accessible. Someplace, I've talked to a lot of people, Razor, that, unfortunately live outside of town, or their town doesn't have a comic book shop, and they don't have ways to get these comics other than ordering them online. You know what I mean?
Right.
But we had comic books back in, small book shops.
Everywhere it seemed like they were back in the day.
Right. Well, DC started to do this again. Like, you'll see every now and then, if you go into the Dollar Tree or somewhere, you'll see the DC kiosk. You know what I mean?
Rebirth.
I would like to see more of that. Just get comic books out there more,
Yeah, true. Right. Even if it's old.
So availability, if I only had to pick one, and trust me, there are many, price would be a fucking close second, but let's start with availability,
I'll take it. I know this is the $1 million question. I'm going to give it to you. Got to give me an answer. How do we bring new readers into the hobby, man? How do we do it?
Well, that comes with the availability, right? If you're a fucking 8-year-old, you're probably not walking into the comic book shop.
And you're definitely not watching this show.
Well, no, but listen to me, right? I remember this because you told the story. You told the story about how, your daughter, I believe, is really into Sonic, right?
Oh, yeah. We got a sitcom coming up.
That you took her to a comic book shop, and she looked at that place like it's old and fucking dingy and didn't really want to go in there. Right?
Exactly. Yep.
So if that's the only place where you can get comics and you want younger people to read, that's not really going to work out too well, is it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, clean up.
These comic books have to be available everywhere.
Right.
That's how you get younger people back, because you need places where they can actually go and buy them.
I have 15K dedicated to my book. PTT, if you want to drop your link, I didn't know that you were putting together an actual Kickstarter.
See, he'll be fine. If he's got 15,000 already sort of set aside or invested, he's going to be fine.
He's got enough to cover the kit. That's, you know what? Put your link there, man. If you got anything that you want to promote, drop it in the chat. I appreciate you stopping by. All are welcome. All are welcome. It's late night after hours. We're having a good time going rapid questions.
All are welcome. All are welcome.
We got Hard Nips. Hard Nips stopping by. Appreciate you, bro. Y'all going to be watching, streaming the Royal Rumble tomorrow?
Yes.
Now, are you? Okay. You're.
I'm not streaming it, but I'll be watching it. Yeah.
I will not be. I will not be. I have some prior engagement. So unfortunately, no. But have fun.
In
Enjoy.
fact, this is a whole WWE weekend for me. Like I'm a huge wrestling guy, right? Have been ever since I was a kid. So when we're done here, probably gonna go live on my own channel for a little bit, play some Marvel Rivals. But when I'm done that, I'm watching the fucking WWE Sam Roberts show where he talks about the Royal Rumble. Then I'm watching SmackDown. Then I'm watching whatever Royal Rumble countdown thing they got on. Then the Rumble. Then the after show. Yeah, and then I'll be ready for Monday Night Live after that. So.
Is that all the questions, guys? Do we have anything else lined up? Oh, okay. Hang on. What's oh, here we go. This is a good one. I got one for you.
Mm-hmm.
Why so much animosity between indie creators, bro?
Because it's a competition.
Plain and simple.
Look, if you do a comic book, let's say you do a comic book and it's called Razor, right?
Okay.
And I do a comic book and it's called Nyobi. Okay. And both of our comic books are on the shelf at the same time. And you have enough money to buy one comic book. Hopefully you want your comic book to be the one that sells. You know what I mean? Every comic book that's on the shelf is in competition with each other, biting for that customer's dollar. Okay. It's the same thing on Kickstarter. If I go list on Kickstarter and you list on Kickstarter at the same time I do, I know there's only so many people that come to Kickstarter and there's only so much money in that pot. Right. And so people want to elevate themselves to be the number one. That's why.
Wow. See, that's what trips me out is that it's so niche to me. It seemed like that people would collaborate. You know,
it's
what I mean?
So niche. That's why they worry.
Okay, that makes sense then. All right.
Right. If it was a big pool, no problem. But the fact is that it isn't a big pool, so you can't give to everyone. You can't back everyone, right? So everyone wants to be the guy that stands out.
Yeah. Okay. And I guess one way we'll be standing out is just starting up drama. Is that?
Well, that seems to work for some people. Yeah.
I love it. There it is. Can we get a round of applause for that one, ladies and gentlemen? It's from Honest Truth. Truth with an F.
Yeah. No, it does work for some people. Some people can take controversy and turn it into cash. Yeah,
exactly. Let's do this. Let's kind of switch gears here. Give me something interesting that we should know about Larry. Let's get real for a moment.
I don't know what's interesting though.
Give me something, man. You know how to ice skate in Canada? Because we don't know how to ice skate out here in Phoenix.
Find that interesting though? I mean, that's what qualifies as interesting. Okay. Yes, I know how to skate.
Do you? Have you played hockey on the ice?
Yeah.
Is that if you're from Canada, are you born and raised in Canada? Is that like your homegrown? Where are you from?
Not necessarily, but I was.
Got it. And you were raised with the what is it, the stick in your hand as a youngster? Or?
No, but my dad was, sort of thing, right? And then my brother was, because both of them were huge sports fans. I was kind of like the nerd of the family, but I was born into hockey and I did play for a little bit, but it really wasn't my thing. My brother went on to play well up into past his high school leagues and all this sorts of stuff. He was on a provincial team. For me, I played a little bit in the minor leagues, and then I went straight out of not playing at all into just playing in the backyard rinks that we would make.
Holy shit! So you're like a real shoresy.
I don't know what that is.
It's a show, man. It's a show on Hulu where it's fucking about hot Canadian hockey guys. I do hockey talk and shit.
I mean, if I turn the camera, let me see.
I
can show you just remnants of my dad's collection of hockey. You know what I mean? Because when he died, I left things up.
Let's take a
right
look, bro.
Here, that's his Detroit Red Wings, and it's not coming into focus.
Well, this is interesting, Larry. God damn it, fucker! This is exactly what I was asking here for you, man. Come on,
this is an autograph thing of Bobby Orr and Wayne Gretzky. You can't see the autographs because they're at the bottom.
Right. I know Wayne Gretzky.
One of my dad's prized possessions, right there.
Be honest, I have no idea who Bobby Orr is. Be honest with you.
Ask your chat.
No clue. Who's Bobby Orr, chat? Let me know if you guys know. I have no fucking clue.
It's one of the most famous hockey players to ever live.
So I love this, man. See, I had no idea. Is hockey similar to in America playing catch with your dad? Is that kind of like what you guys would do? Like, hey, pops, let's go, throw the ball around, except
my dad and brother certainly would do that. Yeah. Yeah. My dad and brother would for sure. My dad coached a lot of my brother's teams. You know what I mean?
Damn, bro.
My dad was a baseball coach and a hockey coach,
What position did you play?
I didn't play very much. I was mostly defense. My brother, though, his entire hockey career was a goalie.
Ah, nice. I was a goalie in soccer for a brief stint. Young Razor, played for the South Bank Breakers. Only let one goal go by me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, no, he played nets his whole entire stint, and we're talking like 12 plus years of hockey.
Oh, that's amazing, bro. See, this is what I'm talking about, man. I don't know how to roller skate, so I wouldn't even have any idea what ice skating is about. But I find it amazing that that's part of the culture, and you guys kind of
I
grew up
mean,
with fucking
I haven't
skate.
put on a skates in probably 30 years. So
Could
I
you
mean,
though? Could you?
if they, yeah,
them
no,
up?
I could probably do it. I mean, it's certain things it take a while. You're gonna have sore feet. Your ankles are gonna get sore. But yeah, I do it.
Nice, man. Well, fuck yeah. You know what? Next time we get together,
I'll probably fall a lot. You fall a lot on skates.
Got to show me how to ice skate one day. We'll get together. We'll fucking meet at a rink. Not,
I
not
used to have a really nice pair of power skates way back in the day. I was just using the backyard.
it's not gay at all.
Oh,
It's not. It's not
hockey.
gay.
No, I don't think so.
No, meeting up at the rink, two guys kind of hanging out, showing one guy how to skate. That's not gay.
Oh
right?
no, our rink was more than just two guys hanging out. It was the neighborhood fucking place to be when you were a kid, to come to our backyard rink and play hockey. They would serve hot chocolate out on the fucking patio. You could fucking check people into the fence. The rink was pretty big for fucking
Yeah.
kids. You know what I mean?
That's the coolest thing about hockey is you can just fuck people up.
I like playing in my backyard than I did organized sports. You know what I mean?
Did you get in a couple? Have you gotten a couple of
With my brother.
during like a match or something on the ice?
Yeah. Once in a blue
shit.
moon.
All right, fuck yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. How'd you do? Did you get your ass kicked? Is that what happened? You got your ass kicked?
Depends on who, but I mean, it doesn't happen to me very often, like I said. But I mean, it would happen with a couple of the different kids and stuff. But yeah, for me, if I was fighting anyway, it probably would have been with my brother, because we would get in fights all the time.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's
Mhm.
fucking that's amazing to me. Like it's not too far from Mexican families. Like here, that's who you fight with is your brother or your
Right.
cousins. That's the first person you fuck up with. It's like, I beat the shit. I'm like, we had a Karate Kid contest because you watch Karate Kid, right? As cousins.
Love it.
And then you're sitting there in the living room, you're watching it with your cousins and shit. After the movie's over, you get fucking hyped, bro.
Sure.
You're like, fucking, let's do this. Right?
Every kid in the 80s was trying to do the fucking crane kick. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I tried to do the crane kick the other day. I could barely get my leg up past my waist,
It's like 1.5 inches of my crane. I can fucking
right?
but fucking like true story, no joke, bro. To this day, my cousin, I still give him shit about it. Like you own your cousin. You grow up with them, you'll die. You grow up old with them. We were doing the Karate Kid in the living room. Fucking doing the whole shit. And I got real for a minute, right? Took it next level, right? And I grabbed his head, true story, and I fucking kneed him. I gave him a knee, right? Like, right in the nose, bro, and blood everywhere. He was crying, ran into the living room.
Imagine.
It was the best moment of my life, and I didn't even get in trouble for it because it was Karate Kid, man, in the living room. We were all having fun.
Yeah, where guys were fucking around. It was an accident.
Thank you for stopping by,
Accident,
guys.
wink, wink. Yeah.
Exactly. It's late night after hours. This is Nyobi here, Larry from Nyobi Comics. We're having a good time, man. Just hanging out, bullshitting. He used to play hockey and was in the minor leagues for a little while, short stint.
Just a couple of years, yeah.
I mean,
when it came to sports, I didn't play sports a lot.
Is there a card? Is there a hockey card with your face on it?
No. No, by minor leagues, I mean you're like 8 years old playing hockey. Right?
Oh, okay, all right. Damn it! I thought you're fucking like in the minor leagues for a couple of years. Like I could pull up a hockey.
No, my
card
brother could have been though. Like my brother was on the path for all that. Not me.
Right, that'd be easy though. Fucking Larry had a hockey card like this with the pigtails.
No, there's no hockey card. Man. See some kid with a helmet that's too big for him, maybe like fucking.
Well, we're having some fun, man. Let's do this. Dealer's choice. We have top 10, and we have some sick covers.
Either or is good with me, man. Like honestly,
I got you on the screen.
They both sound like a good time to me. So
yeah, I got you on the screen. So let's do the top 10, ladies and gentlemen.
All right,
it's time for late night after hours. Top 10. How you like that? How you like that funky beat there? Was that
Yeah,
That's
I was
that's
doing a
for you.
little jig there during the commercial break, you know?
That's funny enough for you. Tonight's top 10, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be read
Yeah.
by yours truly, the renegade in the game, the notorious Nyobi Comics himself. We'll be reading the top 10. Tonight's top 10, you ask, Larry? Well, great question. I'm going to tell you
Why?
exactly what that is.
Top 10. Why Nyobi Comics is better than your indie comic?
There you go.
There you
Why
go.
Nyobi Comics is better than your indie comic. That is the top 10 tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The reasons why Nyobi Comics is better than your indie comic, read by Nyobi himself. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Number 10.
I tell completed stories, not issue number 1 bait.
There it is. This guy right here.
It's all bait, trust me.
Number
Number
9.
9. My Kickstarters actually get funded
Hey.
most of the time.
Applause for that one. Yeah, absolutely.
Number 8.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't chase trends. They chase me. No, I outlast them.
That's right. Let's get number 7 underway, ladies and gentlemen.
I own my work, and that changes every decision I make.
Right.
There's a lot of truth to that one.
There is.
Number 6.
Number 6.
I let the art serve the story, not the algorithm.
That's right.
Boom.
Right. Tell him, Larry.
Oh, yeah, we'll tell them, brother. I didn't make this list, so this is interesting.
And if you're asking what the list is, ladies and gentlemen, this is the top 10 reasons that Nyobi Comics is better than your indie comic. Number 5.
Eric July and the Wheelers sounds like a song-stealing cover band. Now I'm going to get night letters from fucking Mike Wheeler. Thanks, Razor.
Number 4.
I make comics to be read, not slapped, flipped, or forgotten.
That's right. Don't you forget about that. That's right. Give that round of applause. That's exactly why he makes it. Number 3.
I actually got a fucking slab Nyobi, right? I build worlds instead of gimmicks. Number 3.
Yeah. That's right. God damn it. Let's hit number 2.
I actually created my characters. So true.
Screw to you on that.
Yeah.
And the number 1 reason why Larry's Nyobi Comics is better than your indie comic.
Sick covers, bro!
Yes.
There we go.
There it is. Late night top 10. Thanks, brother, for playing along,
Yeah.
man. That was amazing. I appreciate that.
We do have slab books, so this one actually is a Paul Green 9.8, and the camera's showing it backwards. I need to figure out how to flip that, but
Let me get this off here, so we can properly. There you go.
yeah, there we go. So yeah, no, we definitely have some graded books. Good times, you know. I'm gonna try and figure out this camera if I can. There.
Oh, looks
Boom.
good, man.
That's
Beautiful.
That's better, right? There we go.
Beautiful.
There we go. Now we can see everything the way that's done by Paul Green. Of course, he's a master of his craft. Got that sort of J. Scott Campbell flair.
In a slab.
And yeah, and, well, I have a few different slabs, but yeah, that's one of them.
9.8. Sick cover, bro. Nice.
That's how we're gonna start off. Sick covers tonight, bro.
Hey, it was come on. It was kind of fun reading the top 10, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I always love these like YouTube videos where it's like the stars gotta like read mean tweets about them. You know what I mean?
There
You ever
go.
see those?
Yeah, where they
Those are
roast
good.
themselves.
Yeah. No.
I love it, man. It's fun. That's what we do here. We have a good time, kind of hanging out with this guy here. Let's get into it, man. Let's go ahead and get into the sick covers while we're here. We're having a good time. It's late night after hours. We got Nyobi here, Larry from Nyobi Comics. He is the creator of Nyobi Comics. He knows a thing or two of some sick covers. So let me get this rolling. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time that you've been waiting for. It is the time for the illest, sickest part of the night. Sick covers.
Sickest shit you'll ever see. Sickest shit you'll ever see.
Oh, yes, it is. And the sickest shit you're ever going to see is this one right here. Batman number 6, cover C. Julian Totino Tedesco. I know I fucked that up. I'm sure I did. This is the variant cover.
Yeah. Is
Take a
that
look
cover
at this
B
thing.
or is
This
that an
cover
incentive of some
C,
sort?
my man.
Cover
C as
C.
in Charlie Holmes. That's a sick cover.
See, it's in Charlie Holmes.
Yeah, look at this, bro. This is fucking amazing. He's getting choked by somebody. I'm not quite sure.
Well, looks like maybe zombies or something. Who knows?
Yeah, right. It's fucking the
It's got
coloring.
that like almost Walking Dead, being grabbed by zombies sort of feel to it.
And I'm sure they're going to come out with many of prints that you'll see a red one. You know what I mean? Then you'll see the purple one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They'll do that and print fucking 19, 20, and 22 and all that good shit. But this is sick for Batman, man. This is not absolute. This is Batman number 6 from the all-in Batman run.
Yeah,
Story's
Matt
really
Fraction
good.
Batman.
Yes, Matt Fraction. Speaking of, after he survives the date night from hell, the long night isn't over for Bruce Wayne. While he juggles multiple needs as Bruce, Hugo Strange's monster men attack a petrochemical facility and force Batman to action. Gotham City becomes a powder keg as superstars Matt Fraction, Jorge Jimenez continue their acclaimed run on the Cape Crusader. Take a look at this sick cover. Pick it up. You might be able to flip it. Who knows? But it is definitely a sick cover, bro.
I agree. Oh, this one's interesting.
Oh, bro. I came across this Ultimate Endgame number 2.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole shit ton of different covers. I think there's only 6, maybe 6 to 8 this week. Really not a whole lot, but this is the League Garbett variant. However you say it. I don't know how you say it, but I know how this cover looks. Very sick. Here, brother.
So interesting thing about this cover is Marvel Rival fans are probably going to like this cover when they see it because Reed Richards has this look in the game, right? So he dons that outfit as one of the alternate costumes you can pick. And I've noticed that Marvel Rivals and Marvel Comics have been pushing their costumes and skins on the covers of these books lately,
This is exactly, which is good, because it's definitely promoting the hobby. This is definitely a sick cover. I like how the which is the Maker, I think this is his name, the Maker, is stretching here because this is like Richard Reeds, right, from like a different fucking.
Well, I'm assuming that's Reed Richards, yeah.
Yeah, Reed Richards as the Maker from like a different dimension, a different time, but this is a different fucking cover, that's for sure, and it's sick as hell. I love this cover with Doom in the backdrop. Amazing cover, bro. Next book up.
Wow.
Is a number 1. We're going to go through a strain of number 1s here. I like to put these on the sick covers list.
Well, the reason why you're going to go through a bunch of number 1s is X-Men's basically sort of rebuilding, rebranding, and they're putting out a bunch of new books. They had Magic, they had Psylocke, they had a few different ones. And then they did the whole Age of Revelation thing. And now they're sort of coming off of that and figuring out what they're doing next. Storm, Earth's Mightiest Mutant, that's going to be a big one. That's a nice cover. You picked a good one there.
Yeah, and I might fuck up the name here because this guy doesn't know shit about comic books. Dyke Rune variant? Not sure how you say it, but this cover, amazing.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
I like how the hair kind of it's popping. You got the electric cloud as the hair.
Well, it's an interesting use of space, right? So they got the hair that's white, but also mixed in with electricity and whatnot. And then, it's not a bad spot to plant that logo to make it easily visible amongst the white,
Right. And then you come across them at the convention and you're like, hey, man, can you sign it right here? Right in the white, bro.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, for sure.
That amazing cover. Next book up.
Okay.
I know you're going to like this, my friend.
Yeah.
We got a new number 1, Magic and Colossus. Now, there's some covers to choose from on these number 1s. I like to pick them up because, who knows? You might be able to flip them. This is the Pablo Villalobos, one of my favorite artists variant, and this is a sick cover, bro.
Yeah, it's nice. All these Magic covers are probably going to be really nice. Again, this goes back to Marvel Rivals. The reason why you're seeing Magic get so much more airplay now is because they love her in the game. I was reading Magic number 10, and in the letters, the letter section at the back of the books that you'll see, the very first 2 letters that were in that book were people saying, I discovered this comic book because I was playing Marvel Rivals and I love Magic. Very first 2 letters.
No, it is a number 1.
So it's worth specking on because Magic's so hot right now that she sells. She fucking sells, man.
Yeah. All her covers are hot, and they're beautiful covers. They're real collectible. This is going to be one of them. Let's break this down since it's at number 1. The end has only just begun. The heroes of the Ultimate Universe, including Spider-Man, America Chavez, Killmonger, and Doom, desperately search for a way to stop the Maker. Plus, Iron Lad makes a stunning and heartbreaking discovery that could change the fate of the entire Ultimate Universe forever. Don't miss this pivotal chapter that will leave you reeling. Magic is number 1.
Yeah, this is a 5-issue miniseries too. So some people thought maybe this might be ongoing. It's 5 issues, this one.
Nice. And that, again, short run, only 5 issues. You're going to want to pick up these covers. Speaking of picking up covers, Next book up is the Sonic Hedgehog number 84. I'm going to tell you why you're going to want to pick this up here in a moment. But this one is the cover C, right? Min Ho Kim foil version variant. This is also the trade dress that you're going to see in the cover A, but you can pick this up. The foil variant, I think it's $12.99 is what I'm paying at my LCS. I called them today, no joke. I called my LCS. I said, Cody, do me a favor, bro. It's your boy. I need, I
need a sick cover, bro.
I know the FOC, I don't know when that was. Can we add it? Can we subscribe me? Can to my list? And I need these covers. He says, there's 3 of them. Which ones do you want? I want all of them. This is the C cover, right? So there's going to be A, B, and C, the trade. This is the trade, but the virgin foil. This is dope as hell, bro. Oh, this is beautiful. My daughter's going to love this. She's happy that I picked up all 3 of them. I immediately called her because I can't hold nothing back. I'm one of those guys. That's
too excited.
Yeah. I can't surprise her. Like I'll call her. Hey, I got it. You're not going to believe it. And here's why I picked up all 3 covers. And there's a reason why you should as well. Let me give you the little synopsis here. Metal Sonic has gone missing. As Bal and Sonic set out on their quest, they must be accompanied by one of his greatest creations, the artificial intelligence Sage. How will the robotic family react to this unexpected reunion? Don't miss Sage's official IDW debut as the next arc on the road to 100 starts here. So this is the first appearance of this character in the comic book. This is not a first appearance of this character. If you're hip to the game when it comes to Sonic, you'll notice her from some of the games. So not a first.
It still makes this a key issue. If it's our first appearance in the comics, that counts.
There you go. Pick them up, man. I'm a big Sonic fan because my daughter loves it. And this is a dope cover. You can kind of already see the sheen from the foil, right? This is how it's gonna look. I looked at it. You can kind of see how that sheen's gonna work, and it's gonna look lovely in a foil, man. I'm stoked. You guys can see I'm stoked for this cover. Pick this up. This is Sonic the Hedgehog 84 cover C. Next book up is Spirits of Violence. This is going to be the end of this 5-issue series. This is Spirits of Violence number 5, epic finale. This is the A cover, guys. So you don't have to look no further than picking up the A cover because this is the epic finale through Spirits of Violence. Johnny Blaze has been tested and tortured as never before, torn apart literally, metaphorically, and otherwise. The Ghost Rider may not make it out of this Titanic tale life. I have not been reading this, but I know the covers have been fire.
Well, I'll tell you this. Wait till he hits the game and everything's going to blow up. Ghost Rider is one of the most anticipated characters that people want in Marvel Rivals, and at some point he's going to show up.
Right. Dope. Yeah, this is a sick cover. I had to pick this one because he's kind of like exploding out of the chest. They're breaking apart from each other. Really well done with the coloring. Looks really good, and it really pops with the trade dress. I was like, this is amazing. You don't even have to pick up any. I'm not sure how many covers there are. But I immediately saw the A cover. It's like, yeah, you don't have to go further than that. Sick cover, bro. Okay, next book up. Let's get it done. And I do believe, that's it. That is our sick covers for the night. So thank you for stopping by, hanging out with us. I have Nyobi from Nyobi Comics. Larry's hanging here. All are welcome, guys. All are welcome.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Bro, how you doing?
I'm good.
Good, man. Thanks for hanging out with me.
Did you call me girl? Girl, how you doing?
Girl, how you doing?
Hey, baby.
It's just good to hang out with you, man. It's not that many of the old homies from where the original show started a year ago. So to be a year here, to have you here with me, Locke last week, the original crew that's still here, and I consider you a friend. And thank you for hanging out and doing the show. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for being a friend.
I was already lighting it up.
Thank you for being a friend.
On the road and back again.
Yeah, I mean, this feels good. It just feels good, right? I love it. You're the best, bro.
I love it. The best, motherfucker. You fuck your man.
Oh.
Let's do this. Let's have a little fun now. We got everything out the way. I want you to show some covers off at the end before we get out of here, right? I want you to hopefully we get somebody to buy a comic book or two, please, man. Let me hit the link.
It's the best place, or hit me up privately, but eBay, really. I mean, it makes things easier.
eBay, there's the link. That's the store. You'll hit that. It'll take you to the main page. You're gonna look at some comic books, man. Buy a comic book. I support those. I support Razor. I really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel, like it. That's for free. If you want to be a member, become a member for $2.99. And while you're here, I'm gonna preview something before we get to a little bit of fun here. I want to preview. If you become a member tonight, you're going to quickly, for $2.99, see a Razor rant that you're going to laugh. What's the Razor rant, Razor? Let me give you a little preview of the next Razor rant.
To get you out to jump on his hate campaign. For some reason, Dennis has this hate campaign that it just doesn't work with me in Bad Idea. This is fucking cool as hell.
Because you're a shill for him. You literally, he buys you
He
dinner
likes it,
every
though.
year at San Diego. He buys you comic books when he goes to comic book stores. That you
He's
don't
bought me
understand
one
how-
comic book, and he's bought me
Yes.
dinner 3 times, Dennis. You've bought me
Yes.
dinner.
Subscribe to the channel, become a member, $2.99. It's an exclusive video that you'll be able to look at the Razor rant. You'll laugh your ass off. I'll guarantee you 26 minutes of nothing but good time. Now, when are you going to see it here on the channel? You say, Larry, good question. I don't know, man. I'm not sure when I'm going to release it quite yet, but it's hilariously funny. It's well put together. You're going to enjoy it. I give myself a B+. I missed a couple of jokes, a couple punchlines. God damn it, that just killed me. I critique myself. I'm hard on myself. After a year of doing rants, I try to take it up to the next level, and we bring it good on this, the heat on this one. So you guys will enjoy. Thank you for stopping by, brother. Let's do this. I have some rapid, we did the rapid questions. I want to do a little back and forth here, if you don't mind. What I mean by back and forth, I know we have some wrestling this weekend, right, lined up, the Royale, if you will. And I was hoping that me and you could get into a Nyobi versus Razor questions Royale. Let's fucking just drop the heat, brother. Let's go ahead, man. Take yourself off camera because it's about to get real right now.
Right?
And what I
I
mean,
get all
real right
prepared
now-
for this, man.
What I mean by real right now, it's let's do a little Royale questions. We're gonna take off not the gloves necessarily, but we promoted the comic. We got a little, got to know Larry here. Of course, we have a little history of myself and Larry with the comic community. And I thought it'd be a little fun for the viewers at home, for the people that like to watch, that support us, and the people that just like to hate watch. Let's be honest, right, Larry? That like to
No, they're
love-
out there
that
for
like
sure.
to
They're
love-
out there.
Well,
Yeah.
we say love to hate, and the
I
and
mean,
the
you got
street.
11 watching right now. I'm sure 1 or 2 of them don't like me or you, at least. You know.
Exactly, right? So we know it, you know it. A lot of our views sometimes come from the haters. They love to hate. So we are going to get into a little back and forth. We're going to give you what you guys want tonight. Some questions for each other. Now, when I say for each other, Larry, Nyobi, please feel free. I'm going to call you Nyobi from here on out because that's what I'm used to, because I'm more comfortable that way. Is that okay?
Yeah, you do your thing, man.
Perfect. So, Nyobi, here's what I want you to do.
Mhm.
Want you to go ahead, and if you have a question for me, feel free to ask you whatever's on your mind, whatever you feel that you need to ask that needs to be clarified, or that you just want some information on. Game, I'm free, and then I'm going to ask you a question in return, and we'll just see how long that we can put up with each other.
Well, here's the thing. I don't really have any questions, so I'm willing to just answer them.
Great. I'm glad that you don't have any questions at all.
I don't. Like, there's nothing you're doing that
It
bothers
makes the
me.
show way more entertaining when you don't have anything to ask.
No,
me.
but I'm saying, like, I have ducked out of the community for a while, right? I've been
Okay.
just doing my own thing. I haven't been
Mhm.
paying attention to anyone's beefs or problems, or it's not something that I've concerned myself with since the new year. I mean, even before that. So, I mean, there's nothing like the one question I had for you, I asked you when we were off air, to be honest with you, right? That was it, And that was the one question I had, was the deal with you and McClay. That was it,
Gotcha. Let me ask you this: any regrets after the last, a couple years of beef, drama, back and forthing?
No.
Any regrets?
No.
Nothing that you would like to take back at all?
No. I mean, nothing I can think of. I mean, look, things play out the way they play out, and they play out that way for reasons, whatever they may be. If I'm going to harbor on something in the past for too long, that's just sort of holding me back, right? I mean, someone wants to address something in particular with me, we can do that, but there's nothing I'm like, oh man, I wish that could have went differently. Everything has its place and purpose.
Do you think that the community, such the last year, has, as far as content creating and the community hangouts and the videos, will you say that it's more mellow now? That it's more towards like, hey, let me show you my comic book, It's back to kind of like just regular, chill, boring.
Well, again, not paying too much attention lately, but from the outsider looking in, yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I see. I'm not noticing any big drama streams, or no one's like messaging me saying, "Hey, you got to check this out," or they're talking about you, or I'm not finding or seeing any of that.
Right.
So, but it could also be happening and just not landing on my doorstep either.
But are you seeing any entertaining content that's like, oh my god, that's grabbing you now? That's like you can say, hey, you know what, this is different. This is because here's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that last year was the first year that I was doing content 2 years ago, we'll say whatever, was like one of the best years for content creating. It was a pretty good year. It was really entertaining. There was a lot of things going on as far as the community talk, right? Outside of top tens, outside of look at the CGC drama, look at this guy who has a lot of money, who's buying a lot of comic books. Outside of that, community there was a lot of fun. There's a lot of chatter. There was different hangouts that were people on. It seemed like there was like mini celebrities, if you will.
They think they're mini celebrities.
I think they were. After a year, it looks like a lot of those mini celebrities have just been either quit or weeded themselves out.
Yeah.
Didn't handle
Yeah.
the heat. What have you? I mean, I went through my own drama, if you will.
It's hard to be part of this community and not have been involved in it somewhere along the way.
Right. Ups and downs.
Some people can pull it off and they're amazing for being able to do that. But, for the majority of people, they end up getting involved in something somewhere,
Yeah, well, and here's how I look at it. I mean, there's ups and downs. There's not going to be like, I think a lot of people get into this and think that it's just going up. They see people 1 to 100 subs, 200 subs, 300, 600, and it's just, they see this, right? And they think that that's what it is. And it's just a constant, I'm just slowly getting up there.
Well, then I have questions for them, though. Are they YouTubers who want to be comic book collectors, or are they comic book collectors who want to be YouTubers?
Fair question.
Right? To me, if you're in love with this game, and I'm not saying that it has to be one or the other, it certainly can be both. But to me, if you're in love with this game and you're more concerned about your YouTube numbers than you are actually about the comics and the medium, that tells me that you're more concerned about being a YouTube star than you are a comic book collector.
Okay. All right. And here's what I have for that. Are you saying that that's not a good thing? Are you?
I'm saying I see a lot of
on guys like me.
Well, I see a lot of people that come into this space who think that monkey see, monkey do. Let me explain it to you this way. There are people out there that will watch YouTube. They'll see these comic book shows. They'll find them interesting. They'll see people maybe get some sort of success depending on who they're watching. And then they decide that they want to try it themselves and emulate it. And in order to do that, they have to go out and buy comics so they have product to show on the show, right?
I agree.
So I would take a guy like Sticky Goose Comics as a prime example of this, okay? He got an abundance of comics left over from his father. Sticky Goose, not really into comic books that much beforehand, right? He might have dabbled here and there. But what he was doing was watching YouTubers like Gem Mint and Comic Tom and a host of others and decided that he wanted to try his hand in that game.
Yeah.
And he did it with some success, but his success came from controversy. Not so much the love of the comics, right?
Right.
And then what happened? He bought too high, had to sell off everything, crack open all the slabs. You know what I mean?
Nuts. Yeah.
And so you can tell when someone is, really passionate about what it is that they're doing, or if they're just in it because they think this is their path to YouTube stardom, or it's a way for a quick buck.
Yeah. No, I agree. And here's the reason why I agree, but I'm also on the other side, right? I'm the entertainer, and I'm the entertainer first. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to entertain. Let's not get it twisted. I'm here to do Razor Rants, to have a good time. You show up, you hang out in the chat, we're gonna laugh. That's what I'm doing. My goal when I first got into YouTube was like, here, I'm gonna show off my comic books, but I'm gonna do it in a funny way. And then I realized that I could be entertaining because I enjoyed entertainment when I was watching YouTube. So when I started watching comic book content, I enjoyed somebody who wasn't necessarily knowledgeable or only had a couple of books. Maybe it was just some modern stuff, but was really entertaining, funny. I liked Sticky Goose at first because I thought he was funny, he was entertaining. Even though he made some questionable decisions, he's showing you his collecting. This is how he's collecting. He might be fucking up, he might be buying high, selling low, what have you. That's part of the hobby, and that's what I kind of respected about that portion of Sticky Goose. When it came to my channel, what I'm doing is, I'm not going to say similar, but I'm not somebody who's knowledgeable. My dad didn't give me my collection. You know, I'm learning as I go. I do a lot of online reading. I try to buy comic books as cheap as I can. Every once in a while, I'll spend money on something, you know, big.
Sure.
But I'm going along this comic book collecting journey. At the same time, I'm going to show you my comic book collecting journey, and it's going to be one of those ones that you're going to be like, hey, this guy doesn't know shit, and that's okay. And the entertaining aspect is we're going to entertain. And here's the journey. It's going to be funny because this guy doesn't know and he's learning, and it's okay to learn with me.
It's like almost like the bumbling fool fucking making his way to the finish line.
And I think there's a lot of us like that. When I
don't mean to say you're a bumbling fool. It's the only analogy I can think of. You know what I mean?
No,
just a guy who trips his way to success.
You make a good point, because when I first started watching content, the YouTube channels, I feel like there was a lot of people like myself that we want to get involved, but we think that because we are new to collecting that you know, we don't know what we're talking about, because we see other collectors that kind of, you know, shit on new collectors, like, yeah, your comic book, you don't know what you're talking about by showing those books off, you know.
Well, there is a certain level of elitism that comes with that, right?
And it kind of puts that gate.
And I had, you know, one of the guys in the community, you know, try that on me, you know. You don't know anything about keys. You don't know Polaris's first appearance. And I'm like, actually, I do. And I have it signed by Stan Lee. So fuck off. So, you know what I mean? But they'll try that. They'll try and, you know, I know more trivia than you, or I have a better collection than you. And therefore that somehow puts them on a higher status. Doesn't exist. That's an imaginary status that they have in their head.
Right. And what I learned early on in a lot of advice, and it's kind of corny, you know, it's that corny, collect what you like. And that's true. I mean, that holds true. Like, collect what you like. I got caught in the new comic book day. You know, I want to buy new comic books so I can kind of show off the sick covers and be part of the crew who talks about the new stories. And I spent a lot of money on doing that. And I feel like I wasted a lot of money, hundreds of dollars every week.
Why was it a waste? Is it because the comic books aren't worth any money? Was it because that the story sucked? Was it because it didn't bring you any YouTube videos? What was it that?
It's because the reason why I was collecting wasn't for the right reasons at all. The reason why I was collecting is because of the FOMO, of the hype, of the next cool story. Let me show this off. Everybody's getting the new.
So you collected for content.
Not necessarily for content, but the reason why I was reading and going to the shop was because everybody else was talking about this cover or this story for new comic book day. So I was like, okay, I got to pick that up because so-and-so said that that's going to be a good cover, a good story to pick up. So all of a sudden I got a stack of comic books like this every week that I feel like I got to pick up. And, you know, it's feel like an obligation now that I have to go and continually.
I was over that way back in the 90s. You know what I mean? Because back in the 90s, they
don't you want that though, as a guy who sells comic books? Don't you want that person coming to the shop?
Oh, you want that as a seller, but as a buyer, you're like, fuck, I can't buy everything. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I was trying to do that, man. That's why I was shooting my haul videos, and I realized that, you know, a lot of this stuff that I'm reading, I don't like. Yeah. So I stepped away from the new comic book day because I was spending $5, $6 for comics, and I just really wasn't enjoying some of the stories I was picking up, and I felt like I was spending money on other on books that I didn't really enjoy. I enjoy comic books like Love and Rockets. I enjoy picking up omnibus collections. So I started collecting differently, and I noticed that wasn't hip, right? People don't like Love and Rockets. People are not into some of the older back issues or, you know, run filler dollar haul stuff that I would talk about or show on my show. And that kind of lost the new comic book crowd. And I'm fine with that now. I'm okay. I kind of found my lane as a collector. I know I'm a Love and Rockets guy. I love collecting. I love collecting, you know, the Avengers, Silver Age, Rick and Morty, Golden Age comic books, Archie comic books. So I know that I'm a different kind of niche collector, those dollar bin haul kind of guy now. And I'm okay with it. Like, I'm finally found out that, hey, I don't have to be a new comic book day guy to do content. I could be okay with the dollar bin back issue, not spending crazy amounts of money.
Yeah, I mean, every time I go to the shop, one of the first things I do is hit the dollar issue bin every week because they're always putting new stuff in there, right? I collect for a variety of reasons. I have books that are worth money, of course I do, but I read my books, and I read them because A, I enjoy them, but B, it's also my profession to do it in the sense of I write comic books and I want to see how people are writing. I want to see what the X-Men are up to and what Jed McKay's writing style is like versus Gail Simone, who is writing Uncanny X-Men. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I do, and especially in the last 2 months, I've been doing a lot of reading. I
digitally? You do a lot of reading digitally?
No.
Come on. No, not at all. You don't
I
go
read
to
one book digitally and I got
Batcave.biz?
mad. I read one book digitally and I got mad because of it. Yeah. So there was a guy on Facebook who keeps posting every page of new comics every week, right?
And so I saw yours?
No.
Okay, just new comic books.
Just new comic books, just giving them out.
Did you snitch them out, bro?
No, I fucking made a video on them though.
All right,
because it's not his to give away, right? So I just bought X-Men 23, and this motherfucker last week posted the entire issue of X-Men 23 by screenshots on his fucking Facebook, right?
Yeah.
And I read the entire comic that way, and then I looked at the fucking comic book beside me, like, why in the fuck do I even own this now?
You know what I was thinking about doing is because I like to read that Batcave.biz. I'll be honest with you. I like reading free comic books. I hate to be that guy. I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, I don't read digitally.
Oh, look, I'm not anti-piracy. I've sailed the 7 seas quite a bit. You know what I mean? I'm not going to fault you. But when you're on the other side of it, though, then you start to go, oh fuck, right? You know what I mean?
But it's amazing too, the clarity of the scans, man. It's like I'm looking at I'm reading off my fucking TV monitor. You know,
sure,
it's beautiful. But I can understand I'll be frustrated though for guys like you.
Well, if you think how many people are reading it that way, how much money is actually not being generated? Now, a case can be argued that they probably wouldn't read it anyway if it wasn't for free, and there's a lot of truth to that. The case could also be argued that if some of these people who are reading for free might end up becoming customers. There's a case that could be argued for that. So it's a spectrum. You know what I mean?
Hey, can I do this? Let me ask you this, bro. What if I decided, because I got that Batcave.biz access, we all do, you can go to it. The new comic book day, right? They have the new like on the day, that new comic book day, you can wake up in the morning like I do. I drink my coffee and I pull up the new comic book day. This is, I'm going to be honest with you. And then I read new comic books.
Sure.
Can I do this? Can I go live? Right?
Yeah.
Or do it, or do a video, whatever, and just read, show the new comic book day off and like, spoiler alert, this is what happens at issue,
people done it.
Okay, you can. Is that when I get
people have done it? People have some people will do it in a way that they call it a comic book review, right? So they'll say, I'm reviewing this comic book, but they end up showing you every bit of the comic book during the review.
Like on new comic book day.
I don't know necessarily on new comic book
That's
day,
what I'm saying. Like the day of, like wake up early and be like, all right, guys, gather around.
You can do it. I mean, I don't think anything bad will come of it. I mean, I think some people might bitch a little bit, but the majority of it will be like, oh, he's spoiling the comic. Well, I'm not going to watch the video.
Right, exactly. That's the other thing, right? The other backlash to it. Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that. That's pretty.
Because that's what happened. I got spoiled to the comic book that I read digitally, and I'm like, well, fuck, why would I buy this now? I just read it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, here's why. I'll tell you, because you want the sick cover.
No. Unless that sick cover is really going to bring me money in the aftermarket. No, because if I read a comic and I know it's never going up in price, and I just read it digitally, why in the fuck am I adding extra?
Well, how do you know it's never going to go up in price? There's key factors to that. Does it have a first appearance in it? Yes or no? Let's start with that. If the answer is no, then chances are it's not really going to go up that high. Also, even if it's a sick cover, like some of these 1 in 100, 1 in 100,
sure,
issues,
they'll go up for a little bit and then dip. Some of them can retain value. Some of them might go up. Some of them might go down. But quite honestly, right, you're probably not making too much. You buy a 1 out of 100 variant and it's $100. Maybe it goes down to 80. Maybe it goes up to 120. Maybe you're really lucky and it's a hit. Okay. But chances are you're probably not making too much off that.
Yeah. Do you still flip, Larry? Are you still an investor into the game?
So what's happened is I'm starting to downsize my collection. Okay.
And that's the excuse for flipping? Is that what you're telling me?
No, it's my excuse of raising money because flipping is different than selling a long-term collection. Okay. Flipping is you're going out and you're buying Absolute Batman 30 tonight and you're putting it up on eBay tomorrow. That is a literal flip, right?
Fair enough.
Okay. So that's what flipping means to me. I have, 20 years worth of comic book collection here. That 18 long boxes of fucking comic books.
For instance, if
Go
I
ahead.
buy this 1 in 10,
Yeah.
for let's see what the cover price is. Let me make myself big. What did I pay for this thing? $5.
Sure.
Right. And all of a sudden it's a hit, man. Who did this cover right here? Everything Dead and Dying, number 5, 1 in 10. The Lemire variant, right?
Jeff Lemire, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I have no idea. I just thought the cover was sick, man. $5.
Mhm.
$20, bro. Hit me up on Instagram.
Right?
Sick cover. You can get exclusive here at Razor. That's the shit that drives me nuts, though.
But people can do really well at that if they got the ear to the ground and they
man. I just
look. I bought one new comic I recently sold. It's the first time I sold a comic book that I bought new off the rack, like immediately on eBay. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't even immediately. It was probably about 2 months afterwards. I bought Absolute Batman Annual 1. Right? Just because of all the controversy and hype that surrounded it. I bought it. I read it, didn't really care for because that Absolute Batman's not my Batman, it's not my thing. Did a video on it, so I got some content out of it, and then 2 months later, I sold it for $30 and I bought it for $6.
Holy shit! And you know what what pissed me off is when I went to the collector marketplace the other day and picked up some of this haul that I'm going to show here after the show on Crazy Hungarian's channel. What pissed me off is he's like, "Hey man, I'm going to show you. And next time I'm going in there, I'm going to record it and I'm going to get it on tape for you guys and make it a video." But he showed me some of the new shit he got in, which a lot of Silver Age. He showed me some cool shit, and then he showed me a first. He's like, "Check this out. I got a first print #1 Absolute Batman." It's like, okay, that's amazing.
Well, it's probably a $200 comic.
$175. I was like, get the fuck out of there. That's how much you're selling it for, bro.
Yeah, I just took a wild guess. It wasn't that far off, right?
Yeah, you're close. You're right on, man. 175 they had on that fucker. I was like, get out of here. And I remember that when they were talking, I'd never picked it up. I don't know why. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, well, I didn't either because I thought Batman looked too weird for me. I didn't like the they look like the Hulk with elongated ears. It just looks stupid. It still looks stupid to me, to be honest with you. But
I'll be honest, I sold my Ultimate Spider-Man #1.
I have a copy of Ultimate Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, and I'm debating if I want to list them or not.
Yeah, I got a good deal for it, and a guy that I sell to when I do my long boxes, short boxes on the marketplace, and I didn't want to sell it to him, but he made I had it up here, he fucking like, hey man.
Well, I'm downsizing for 2 reasons. One, I just, I'm 51 years old and I have no one to leave this shit to. It's not coming to the grave with me, right? So eventually this has to be dealt with. So why not cash in while I can?
There you go. I was told that too. Like, you should sell everything. I was told, like, sell everything. I'm like, yeah, really? Like, fucking. Well,
there's things I'm not selling. There are like my Milo Manera covers. I love them too much. I'm probably going to hold on to those for quite a while. There's some J. Scott Campbell shit I'm not going to sell. There's some X-Men keys I'm not going to sell. But I have a lot of sort of junk that's like $20, $30 that I can sell. You know what I mean? Just get fucking rid of, And I'm going to do that because I want to raise the money to help pay for my Nyobi comic, right? So I have $1,000 I've invested in the pages, but I need 5,000 more. And either that's going to come from the Kickstarter or that's going to come through eBay sales or a mix of both. And the more I can make through eBay sales, the less is coming out of my pocket and the less that's coming out of Kickstarter.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, brothers. Get pumped up.
Welcome to the fucking show.
Now, on my eBay store, the majority of it is Nyobi and Savage Sin. But if people start going there, you'll see that I'm starting to sprinkle in other things. And I will continue to do that as I sort of slowly go through my collection and start putting things up.
Let's do this. We're almost close to wrapping up. I got to get up and grab me my coffee. Do you mind if you kind of take it away and maybe show off some of the comic books or maybe show us what you got coming up? Maybe share something with us that nobody's seen or a page.
Well, I don't know if I got anything no one's seen yet.
Page or two?
Just throw me the screen and I'll take it away until you come back.
I'll be right back. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
All right. What's going on, everyone? As far as comics go, like, we have some interesting covers. We've done interesting covers. We've done homages. We've done all kinds of stuff. I'll show you a couple of things that we've done and some of the people that we've worked with. This is from Luigi Terrell, and this, of course, is an homage to Adam Hughes's Catwoman number 51. This is on the eBay store. It's less than $20. It's a 36-page one shot. This is Nyobi Origins number 1 right there. Beautiful cover. Very rare. So this, by the way, if you recognize this art style, it's because he was the artist for a comic book known as Rags from Antarctic Press. So that makes it a little bit more special. This artist also does a comic book for Antarctic Press called Punchline. And this is Matthew Weldon. And this is his variant for Nyobi Origins number 1. Absolutely gorgeous cover. That too is on the eBay store. Anything I'm showing you here is on the eBay store because I just pulled them out of the eBay box. All right. So we have Nyobi Origins number 1, the Courtney Rose cover. Now, it takes a woman to be able to draw a woman, right? Look at that. Gorgeous cover for Nyobi Origins. We have our Spider-Man homage number 1. Hey, bud, great job, bud, for Nyobi Origins. So this is our spoof of Spider-Man number 1 from, of course, the Todd Father himself. Image Comics artist and Lady Death artist Chris Enott. He has a cover for Nyobi Origins right there. We just saw that one. I have doubles of certain things here. This man, David Fott, rest in peace. He's no longer with us. He died a few years back. But this was his J. Scott Campbell homage. You know, where we have a Catwoman wearing the shirt sort of thing. Right there. We have a blank variant. We use the same cardstock as Marvel, so very great for drawing on. We have Nyobi Outbreak number 1. This is cover B from Eduardo Garcia, who's done a lot of work with Zenoscope Comics, a lot of interior work. We have from Justin Hunt, really cool person, man. Badass cover here too. For Nyobi Outbreak number 1. We're going to be crowdfunding Nyobi Outbreak number 5. These are the Kickstarter variants. These were, you know, the covers that I have that were not published and put in the shops. But you can only get exclusively through me or whoever happened to be lucky enough to buy one at the time. Greg Bo Watson. Sweet cheeks, bro. There you go. Greg Bo Watson. He's known for work with Lady Death and a variety of others. Keith Garvey. Zenoscope alumni. Zenoscope legend. Keith Garvey right there. For Nyobi Outbreak number 1. And if you like that, how about the Virgin variant? Very few of these. I only got a couple of these left. Virgin variant. Again, sort of all available on the eBay store. That's just a handful of what I got for sale. You know what I mean? What I've been reading or what I got recently, I went to the comic book shop. I did pick up a couple of books. Nothing too major, right? I got Amazing Spider-Man on my pull list. So we have the Amazing Spider-Man annual number 1 right there. And for a sick cover through Marvel and DC, I got this one here. I just want to take off this price sticker. This is a badass cover. You guys know I love Magic. You guys know I love Cyclops. So how about this X-Men? This was the issue that got spoiled on me, by the way. How about this sick cover here with Cyclops wielding magic sword right there?
Oh, the sword and the juggernaut. Sick cover.
There you go, man.
Look at you, bro. You still got a stack of books there.
And this was like a $2 buy because I'm putting together this run. Of course, 98 and 87 will be the hardest ones to get. But New Mutants. Fall of the Mutants.
Right, classic.
Going back. That one is number 60.
That's cool that you got a lot of inspo from Claremont, man, when you're doing your you know what I mean? Because that's the kind of man you are. I can see where some of the similarities from Nyobi for teleportation. You know what I mean? So that's a good inspiration.
Well, even the themes that I do, right? So we got the genomes versus the humans, which is the same thing as mutants versus the humans. Only I do mine as it reflects in modern day. So if you look at the culture war that we got with the left versus the right, I sort of pull that off in Nyobi, but no one really picks up on it. Well, some people have. But the genomes are essentially the progressive left who feels like they're being oppressed, and the humans are apparently the fascists who want to oppress the mutants. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so there's lots of protests. There's lots of conflict, and There's this one girl named Vira who can actually make new genomes, turn baseline humans into superpower beings, and they want her off the street because she's fucking dangerous and making dangerous people. You know what I mean? And so it's a whole class war. And, you know, that's not much different than what happened in the X-Men, to be honest with you, right? So I have lots of inspiration, but I try and do mine differently. And how we are a little bit different from the X-Men is, in my world, only the women have powers. They're the men don't have superpowers. They have super tech that they can make to deal with the superpowers. They could be Iron Man, but they can't be Mystique. You know what I mean?
Right. That's awesome, bro. Shout out to drama too. To everybody who was in drama club, who took drama and dreamed of actually creating a comic book.
I love theater arts. That's what we call it. Drama, theater arts.
Yeah, exactly. Theater arts.
I'm not a kid that had stage fright, you know?
Right on.
I never did. And you know, when I was younger, I thought maybe I could be the next Luke Skywalker, in a sense, like I wanted to act. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Me too. I was Pablo the reindeer from Mexico.
You know, like
hell yeah, I love drama theater. Yeah, it's amazing, bro. So I'm glad to see that you're doing something with your creativity. You're actually going after your dreams. You know what I mean? That's especially when you're younger, you have kind of like a dream. As you get older, you start chasing those dreams. To see you, my buddy Locke, kind of go after those and somewhat attain those, and to see you guys keep progressing every year.
Well, I know you got to dodge some. Let's talk about Locke for a second. Locke is an up-and-coming artist who is doing amazing things. You guys who watch the channel know he does a lot of work for Upper Deck and Topps cards and stuff like that. But he's also now done work for IDW. Okay. He's worked on a couple of different Star Trek covers, doing colors for them. He was doing a Sleepy Hollow cover that will at some point come out. And he's been very friendly to independent comic book creators such as myself and helping us out with covers when we need them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On top of drawing free cards, sketch cards that we put on our Kickstarter, you know?
And speaking of,
oh, look at this. What was he saying?
The hottest sketch artist in the game, ladies and gentlemen, Locke Wynn. Give him a round of applause, because that is the man, the hottest.
He says, "I need you all to buy physical I can pay for my alcohol addictions, alcohol marker addictions. $1 can save a child's life. Think of the kids."
You got it. Get a physical copy. So Locke said, "The hell with that digital bullshit. Go out there and buy a digital copy, because we all have addictions that we have to support."
Well, I'll tell you, the last eBay sale that I had that was a Nyobi product was Locke's cover. Someone had bought it.
Good for you, man. Good for you and Locke. Your last sold was a Locke cover. That's amazing, bro. Right?
Yeah, they bought a trade paperback in Locke's cover. So I mean, of all the covers they can pick, they picked his. So that's got to say something, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Locke does some sick shit, man. Shout out to Locke. He gave him a follow on Instagram. He worked on one of the covers, one cover, and he's working on a second cover right now.
Yeah, he's doing a new one now. He's showing some teasers of it on his social media, but I'm gonna wait until it's done, and then we'll bring it on and show it. You know what I mean?
Speaking of, what are you currently working on? What is the next actual issue coming out?
Nyobi Outbreak 5, Valentine's Day, fucking Kickstarter. I will be live on my channel that night, hook or by crook, running that Kickstarter. We have pages in the works now. We got covers that are already done. I can give you just a quick peek before you got to go here.
Yeah, let's do it. Hit us with a quick peek, please.
Yeah. All right, hold on. Just got to find Nyobi Outbreak 5 file. And we'll just click on a picture here. We're going to have 7 covers, okay? I'm going to show you the covers. All except for Locke's, because I don't have it yet, okay?
Dang it. All right.
Boom. We're good. So that's cover A. That's and for us, cover A is always drawn by the guy who draws the book, right? So that when you buy a cover A, you're not misled. Like, oh, it's a J. Scott Campbell cover, but it's not J. Scott Campbell on the inside, right? No, we don't do that. If you're buying cover A, it's by the guy who drew the book. He deserves that much. You know what I mean?
Yes. Shout out.
So that's Juan Antonio Altaveras.
Okay.
Next up, you met the man the other night for the first time, Razor. You got to speak to the legend, the sensei, the founder of Antarctic Press, Mr. Ben Dunn.
Shout out.
So Ben Dunn did that cover for us, right? So that's awesome.
That's dope, bro. I got to get that. Oh, here we go.
Now, this is done by LC Faritas, featuring our villain Vira. And it looks really great with the logo on top, right? So don't let this empty space fool you. There's supposed to be a logo up there.
That's
You know?
amazing, bro. The coloring on the that's amazing. Look at what you got. Next one.
You recognize who they are? You ever watched the movie K-pop Demon Hunters?
Oh, this is an homage, a K-pop
Yeah.
homage. Nice.
So we have a K-pop Demon Hunters spoof homage coming up, where Niobe and the girls are dressed up as the Demon Hunters.
Look at you with the spoof homage.
Right.
Nice, bro.
Then we have from Zenoscope legend, Mr. Keith Garvey here. It's a nicely
Whoa.
painted, rendered version. He's done a cover for us for all 5 issues. So there's going to be the Keith Garvey set that everyone can get. That's all 5 of his covers, as well as the Ben Dunn set, right? So,
Bro, this is some fire you got coming out, man. Let me give that's holy shit. What is this?
that's the black and white version of Ben Dunn's cover. That's before colors.
There's the black and white. That's going to be available as well.
I don't know yet. I'm debating on it.
Oh, hurry!
But that's how the magic is made. So you get to see things like here's the pencil rendition of the cover for Vira. Look
And
at
is
how that's
is
all
this gonna
pencil
be-
work on paper.
Is this going to be on the Kickstarter now? Is this Kickstarter up? Going to be coming up?
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day, guys. February 14th, Valentine's Day. Kickstarter's dropping. These are going to be some sick covers, and not because he's a friend of mine, but those guys, no joke, sick covers.
And we might squeeze. Oh, I'll show you one more. This is the last one, but we're doing our very first store exclusive. And Locke drew this. Okay, so Locke's actually done 3 covers.
Okay,
because I forgot about this one.
All right.
So shout out to our comic book shop, the Moncton Comic Hunter. And this is an homage to a Jim Lee X-Men cover right here that Locke drew.
Oh, fucking Locke, bro. Jim Lee is the Korean Locke Wen. That's what we
And
say.
so
around here.
this cover will only be available at this shop and through me at our local convention. And Locke will have a handful of copies. So if anyone's interested in this particular issue, this cover, because it is going to be extremely rare. Again, it's only from my shop locally. You know what I mean? And Locke will have some because he drew it. You might want to get a hold of Locke somehow, or me if you want the really kind of rare Niobe cover, which Locke has done here. So shout out to Locke. I want to make sure we showed that.
Yes, good stuff, brother. This was an amazing night. I'm gonna drop the link one more time. This is where you can pick up some covers right now until to feed that fix. If you got to get your fix of Niobe,
right?
Pick up some covers to support the man. Do it now. Go here. There's the store. Get that fix, bro. Get that Niobe fix.
Yeah, and check it out for free on Gumroad if you're not sure if you're going to like it.
Check it out for free. If you're not sure, we got the digital link in the chat.
Yeah.
Do that. And then February 14th, look on the Kickstarter, as we say, look for that Kickstarter, the old man. Fund the Kickstarter. Pick you up one of the covers. Ben Dunn cover is fire, bro. We got a bunch of sick covers by our friend Locke Wen. Amazing artwork done. Great story. Great man. A great time. We had an amazing time with an indie legend, an indie giant. You are working with one of the greats, old school lion, Ben Dunn, young school lion here, Larry Higgins. Thank you for joining me tonight, guy. I had a great time tonight, brother. Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure, dude. You know you're welcome around my neck of the woods anytime, and I know I feel the same way here. And I think I like your late night vibe. I think you're doing good, and I like the fact that you actually treat it kind of like a legit, real late night show. So
that's the goal, just to have a good time. Have a great time, good vibes. We had a good time tonight. Thank you for stopping by. Smash a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Don't forget to hit the members only. $2.99. I guarantee you guys are going to laugh your ass off, whether you're one side of the or the other. Whoever you support, it doesn't matter when it comes to that whole drama or beef. I promise you're going to laugh. That's the whole goal. It's funny. Check it out. Please support the show. Thank you, sir. Have a great night. And until next time.
Catch me live. I'm bouncing from here and I'm going live in a few minutes. So
Caspian Crazy Hungarian. I'm moving over there. I'm going to show you off my haul. So let's get, we're going to our different streams. So support both of them. Check out both if you can. And until next time.
No, check out Hungarian because they're showing comics. I'm just going to play some Marvel. All right.
Play video games.
Yeah.
And until next time.
Sick coverage, bro.
Check you later.
Check you later.
Some say love is a razor that leaves your soul to bleed.